I always do my nighttime skincare routine on the floor. I attempted to film this in my bathroom, and my bathroom is too small, and the lighting is like icky, and I just was like, this is stupid. And somehow in my mind, this is less stupid. So here we are. It's a little like zen in here. I kind of like this. So I have a big bowl of water that I'm going to use to wash my face, and we're going to talk about some skincare stuff right now. So there's only So there's only a couple of products that I use on my skin, but they all have a purpose. They're all very important. I can talk about them all at length, which is what I think is important in a skincare routine. Usually this all takes place in the shower, and the first product I use is this one by CeraVe. It is the Salicylic Acid Cleanser. Now this one isn't like marketed as an acne product, so you're not going to find it like in the anti-acne section, but it has salicylic acid in it. And if you've ever seen or used the foaming facial cleanser, they have very similar formulas. This one just has some salicylic acid in it, which is a chemical exfoliant and has some anti-acne properties. And this is formulated for people with like, I think psoriasis. I am not a dermatologist. I don't know, etc., exfoliation, etc., blah, blah, blah. I use this in many ways. So I think maybe we should change the camera angle for this. Ska. And I think we should start by talking, I think we should start by talking a little bit about my skin. I have like very typical combo skin. So I get oil in my T-zone, but otherwise I typically have a lot of dry patches. In the acne department, I get blackheads on my forehead, whiteheads on my forehead. I also have bacne, which we'll talk about in a quick sec. So I find that this is so dumb. I find that this product actually helps quite a bit with my acne, like in preventing the breakouts. I've been using this for about like 6 months now. I didn't necessarily love it at first. The first time I used it, it was a little bit harsh for my skin and it caused quite a bit of redness and peeling. But it is a chemical exfoliant, so I guess that's kind of to be expected. So I slowly introduced it over a couple weeks, and then my skin was kind of used to it. So what I like to do is lather it all over, and I like to let it sit on my skin for at least a couple minutes to let those active ingredients actually do their job before I just rinse it off again. Not that it's gonna help everyone, I'm not trying to say that, but it definitely reduces my blackheads and my whiteheads and keeps things a little bit more clear. I definitely still get breakouts. It's not that I have perfect skin now as a result. Also, I have sebaceous filaments along my nose, which are kind of like mini blackheads, but they're not really blackheads. They're just kind of like pores that are filled with gunk, and it has helped with the appearance and texture of those. Now, I also like to put this in my beard, now that I have a beard, because this might be too much information, but I get beard dandruff once my beard reaches a certain length. So I really like to lather this into my beard and let it sit with my face cleanser on, and it helps reduce the dandruff that I get. And I kind of feel like you need to be washing your beard anyways, so it's just convenient to be using the same product. Okay, I also put this all over my back, and I find it has helped my bacne maybe the most. I think my bacne improvement has been the most dramatic. So again, I usually do all of this in the shower. I don't really know how to do this. So I started doing this at the same time as I used it on my face. So I've been doing this for about 6 months. And I would say 2 months in is when I really noticed the improvement and it kind of clearing up. That again doesn't mean that it's perfect. I still get whiteheads, but I find a lot of the like blackheads and clogged pores are quite improved. So there's like this middle section of my back that is maybe like the most prone to breakouts. And that's why I use this like silicone plastic paddle just to reach that area. Somehow this might be the weirdest video I've ever filmed. And I've filmed some weird stuff in the past 6 months. So like I said, I like to leave that on for a few minutes so that it actually has an effect. And then I'm just gonna hop in the shower to wash it off, because that makes more sense than this, for instance. And then we'll continue on with the rest of the skincare routine. Say I need you. Say I need you, baby. Okay, so I'm back from out of the shower. I know it looks like I'm wearing the same shirt, because I am. I put it back on, but it was a clean shirt. I swear, don't call me out. So what normally happens is I'm in the shower, and I use this, and then I wash it off. And then while my skin is still damp, I go in and put on moisturizer. And so I use the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. Before this, I used the Moisturizing Lotion, which was like a little bit thinner, but this has all the same ingredients in it, just in like a more rich formulation, I guess. And there's some really great stuff in there. There's the ceramides and the hyaluronic acid that is like a humectant and helps retain moisture in the skin. And then there's dimethicone and petroleum and this, that, and the other, niacinamide and all that stuff for moisturizing properties. So, and there's no fragrance in any of these products. So I think overall they're really good for me in my experience. So I always take that down the neck because I have a very dry neck. And I don't really have a whole lot to say about this. It's kind of a generic moisturizer, but it works good and it's cost effective. So that's that. And then I have been using Hobo Oil in my beard. And and this is like a new product for me. I've only been doing this for like a week, couple days even, but I've already noticed it softening my beard. And I typically don't have this much of a beard, so I don't know a whole lot about beard care, but this oil is typically found in all of those like scented beard oil products that you buy. I figured I would kind of skip straight to the source, and you don't need a lot of it, and it's gonna last me forever, so that's really good. But it's definitely hydrated my beard, and my beard dandruff, in case you were concerned. The last product that I use is just Vaseline, which I feel like it's not as appreciated as it should be. But I take a little dab of this, and I get really red, dry, irritated patches on the corner of my eyes. So I put a little dab on each eye, because when I go to bed, my eyes don't close all the way. Like when I'm asleep, I keep my eyes open for some reason. And I've done that since I was a kid. I've had my mom tell me and my friends tell me that. But what happens is my eyes get super dried out, and then they just water all night, and the tears like dry on the corners of my eyes. I'll have like white streaks, and it just dries out my eyes, and so they're always super irritated and like raw. So I've been doing this for 2 months now, and I've definitely noticed a big improvement in the color day to day in that corner, and also the texture of those bits. And this, I know this doesn't apply to like anyone but me basically, but if you have like some similar issue, like maybe you can apply this to your life, I don't know. But it's definitely helped. I don't know if the redness will ever go fully away. And then I also like to use Vaseline on the lips if I'm not planning on kissing anyone, because this is kind of gross, but I am a mouth breather through the night, and I find this actually keeps my lips hydrated better than a lip balm. So pro tip. Also, they're getting into like the juicy details right now, because I know some of you like when I talk about feet. But I will apply this to the soles and tops of my feet and wear socks to bed, and it keeps my feet super hydrated. No, I don't do that every night because I do, but it will like super hydrate my feet and keep them soft. So that's a little pro tip for you. That's like a grandma tip. Grandmas do that, but I do that too. Grandma Colin has soft feet. I just made myself so uncomfortable. So that's it. My skincare routine is really basic. I know you can find a bunch of routines on YouTube that are a lot more complicated than that, and that's fine if you guys are able to keep up that like 3 sheet masks a night routine. I definitely can. If I make that my routine, I just won't stick to it. And for me, I think it's a lot more prudent and important to be consistent in my skincare routine, because I find I get the best results when I actually have a routine that I stick to versus swapping out my product at Sephora every time I run out. And that's traditionally what I've done, but I've stuck to this routine, you know, largely for the past 6 months. And before that, I was using the same foaming cleanser from CeraVe and the moisturizing lotion for like years. So I've been on this for like a long time, and I'm pretty happy with my skin. So I know skincare is one of those things that it's very personal and it doesn't apply to everyone because everyone has different skin needs and no one's gonna match my skin condition perfectly. So hopefully, even if these products don't necessarily apply to you, maybe you gain a little bit of insight into my skincare philosophy, if you will. But that's it. Thanks for voting for this video, and I'll see you later this week, maybe. Exciting. Okay, bye.